Okay, so you have been walking all day, your feet are tired, and all you're hoping for is instead of going uphill, you want to go downhill. And wouldn't that be good if you could also do that with mortgage payments? And it turns out you can. If you hang tight, I'll show you how. All right, so in this particular video, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about something called the constant amortization mortgage. This is different than a constant payment mortgage, which you're probably used to with either a home mortgage or maybe a standard everyday commercial loan on a building. In this particular case, what you're going to do, we're going to build an amortization table for this constant amortization mortgage. And one of the things you're going to learn is that it's as the name sounds, it's the amortization that's held constant rather than the payment. All right. Now, this is a detailed video. It's kind of shorter than some of the other videos that I've done. But if you look down to the links below, I've left some links to some of the other videos that are also helpful and tie into this one as well, including a very comprehensive video that if you got really good amount of time to watch it, you should probably watch. All right. So now I do hope you like the video. If you do, please give us the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and bell notification so you get more videos as they come out. All right, let's look at this this constant amortization mortgage. Let's build a table. Now we're going to take a look at our constant amortization mortgage, and you're going to see some differences here. So we can get this up and running. Well, first of all, let's just build a amortization table. In this particular case, I've set these up the same so we can go back at the end of this, at the end of our 7-part series, and we can really look at how the cash flows are different with the same types of loans. So in our first episode, we built a 20-year term rather than a 30-year. So we'll go ahead here. So the terms are the same. All right, so let's go build this table. So first thing we got to do is, we got to get to 240 months. This is a 20-year mortgage. So you just build that up there, and let's copy this down. And let's drag it down until we get to 240. And this is not very forgiving, so you have to be careful not to get out past 240 because it's very slow taking it off. There's 240. All right. There we go. We got 240 payments there. All right. Let's go back up to our very top. And so in our beginning balance, we're going to go ahead and pick our ending balance up here. All right. And then we're going to look at our interest. So here we go. In our interest, we're going to do, it's going to be B7, which is this one right here, times our interest rate, which is right here. Now we want to freeze this so it doesn't adjust with our calculations as we go forward. So there's that. All right, now we're going to do something a little different here. In the past, we actually had a payment button for this one, and we could actually build that out. Here, we're going to have to use a constant amortization. So let's build that one next. All right, so we're going to go equals. We're going to have our loan amount. Okay, we're going to freeze that. That's F4. Okay, and some computers just shift F4. It could be control F4 and others. You just have to find out what you have basically in your computer. And we're going to divide that by our term, which we're going to freeze. Well, let's put that in parentheses, by the way. I don't want to mess with that. Let's just put that in our parentheses. Okay, we're going to put that in parentheses. We're going to freeze it. All right. And then we're going to multiply that by 12 because we got to get that to 240 months. And there is our principal. Okay. In this case, our payment is simple. It's the interest plus our principal. And there we go. That's your payment each month. Or this will adjust. Okay, so now let's take a look and see what our ending balance will be. So we're going to take there minus our principal, and that'll give us our ending balance. Now, here's one of the tricks you can go do. Hopefully Excel will play with us today. Well, if you highlight all that and let that handle get right there and double click it, it should take it all the way down. Don't trust that. Always go down and check and make sure that it actually gave you a zero amortization down here at the bottom and zeroed out. That also tells you did it right. So we check that there. All right, now let's find out let's take a look at these cash flows real quick. So as we can tell, our interest is starting off high and it goes down, just like in the original constant payment mortgage, but our principal remains the same. When we put these together, our payments begin to get smaller over time. And so you can imagine how your cash flows are going to look. You're going to pay higher. Your cash flows going out are going to be more in the beginning of that loan than at the end of the loan. This is different than the constant payment mortgage. All right, so let's take a look at the cash flows to the bank. So here's our payment. There's that. And let's just see if we can get our baby to, it played with us. All right, good. So we come all the way down here. Here's our cash flows to the bank, okay? Making sure those all work for us. All right, so the bank, because of the fee, actually has, their cash flows are different because of that. We're gonna come over here real quick and do the same thing on this side. But in this particular case, we're gonna do a negative of our payment. Hit enter. All right, and will it play with us? And it probably will not. Nope, it didn't. So what you gotta do is come all the way down and pay attention. I told you right there, it'll get away from you. It's not very forgiving going back up. There it is. Go right there, release it, and it'll give us that. All right, so those are the payments without the fee. Okay, so this cash flow reflects the fee. This is without the fee. And you can take a look at what you paid for that difference in money. So you got your 4.06 in cash or in interest, but your effective rate with the fee in it is 4.32. So you paid a difference of that. And this is also your net present value here to the bank with cash flows, or with the fees, without the fees. All right. So now let's take a look at our constant amortization mortgage without fees. And you can tell from the very top, first of all, this is different. This is a 30-year mortgage. So we looked at that one. So your payments are going to be smaller, and your principal is going to be smaller too. So your amortization amount is less. But again, at the end of this, it still equals to zero. So you're amortizing constant payments. All right. Now, in this particular case, because there was no fees, the internal rate of return of those cash flows are the same, which makes sense because there's no fees involved. However, this is your cash flows for your net present value of this. Take a look at this amount right here, and let's go back down here and take a look at our constant payment mortgage. Notice that this one's a little bit more than this. It's a little bit more money in the constant payment mortgage. This brings up some serious questions that your bank may have with you because they may want some type of maintenance fee on that. They want that money. All right. So when we take a look at our second version here, it's the same thing, except this time we have a fee in it. And you paid 0.26 or 0.2 more for having that fee in there on that incremental cost of capital. All right. Let's take a look at our third term. This case, we are doing it at 3%. Notice that the amortization amount's the same, but your interest is different. Okay, so our cash flows came out different. So the cash flows to the bank are 3.18% because of the fees charged, and of course you still have, if without the fees, it'd be the effective rate would be 3.0. So you paid 0.18% on that $32,000. Is what that meant over the term of the note. So let's take a look at the results of all of this. So here's the results. In our demo, where we had a 240-month payment, we had 3.2 or 4.32% internal rate of return with a net present value of $1,284,157.39. Well, that one went wrong here. Actually, you can go in there and adjust this. Let's just format that cell real quick. We can format it to a currency. Hit OK. There we go. Looks much better. And you can study these loans as they're going across the top as we change the terms. And it gives you a lot of insight as those cash flows. Okay, so as you saw that table, if you've built any constant payment mortgage amortization tables in Excel, it looks different, doesn't it? And if you notice from that, we saw that our payments, our mortgage payments, had really started off high and just kept on coming down. Now, I hope you liked this video. It's kind of short, kept it that way. Stay tuned for some of the other ones. This is one type of variable rate or payment note. Okay, so look at some of the other ones out here. Now, we didn't go deep in this video as to what kind of other problems this video or the CAM solve, like tilt and some of the things. Well, those are problems that come with it. We'll do that in future videos, and we'll also talk about some other exotics like a PLAM and a SAM in different videos out there. Some of the key takeaways that you probably also have had from this as well is what this CAM is used for. So a constant amortization mortgage is really good if you're really trying to get rid of, as tenants are leaving your property because you're going to sell it off. You want that to match your cash flows, because you're not going to have as much cash flow coming in because you don't have as many tenants, right? And that's what it's really good for. Okay, again, like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. On the end of this video, I'm going to put on the end card the next suggested video. All right, take care.